Welcome to the Fit Femme Project Alignment Podcast. It is here that we cultivate and gather all who have been through it in fitness, relationships, careers, lifestyle changes, and unforgettable crucial life pivots trying to achieve their most sovereign selves. We're here to provide you with thought-provoking, detailed stories and information from truly fascinating men and women from all walks of life, professions, generations, and modern-day sagas who speak to their rawest, darkest moments that made them the strong, decisive, humble, helpful, healing people that they are today. We ask them to hold nothing back because life is a multi-dimensional pursuit to be stronger, healthier, and more aligned mentally, emotionally, and physically. Let's go. Welcome back, FFP ladies. Back with, I got a fucking frog in my throat. It's been a full week since I've done these mini-sodes because, you know what? I decided to take last week off because I do what I want. Well, last week was 4th of July, which seems like a forever ago, honestly. But it went by fast. It also went by slow. You know, it was one of those weeks. It was very hard to describe, but boy, did it put me out. I was put out because not only the weekend before 4th of July, you got to do stuff. You got to be at the pool. You got to be at the lake. You got to, go see the fireworks show at the, other event. So I was definitely like, go, 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 go. There's literally a siren. Anyway, I was go, go, go. And it was worth it. I'm still catching up. I just, it was beautiful though. We went to, 3rd of July actually probably was my favorite because we kind of had a half day of work, we didn't really do much, invited some friends over for the pool, and hi Ari, she's my girl, and we just hung out all day and was in the sun and grilled out and did some amazing tacos, and then the goal was to see if we could see any fireworks from our apartment because we're up high, we can see that we have the downtown view, so I wasn't sure what was going to go on, but so we just stood out on our balcony looking around and, pointing out whatever we saw. And there were some neighbors who were really close that was doing stuff. And when my friends left, my brother, I was about to say brother, my boyfriend, Mark and I were like, let's keep these good vibes going. So we actually took our two little chairs, our little folding chairs, up to the roof, if you will. So our parking garage, even though we're parked on the 5th floor, it still kind of goes up a little bit more on top of the building. And we got up there and the walls were really high. You can't really see the skyline. So we went through this gate that was not locked. And we sat up on top of the actual literal roof, right by the edge, and just sat there for a few hours. It was late, but we were just catching the fireworks and having the best conversations, the best kind of conversations. And, we're just vibing, having a good time. Plus, the 4th of July is our anniversary. So I kind of forgot. Which is ironic because it's my favorite holiday. And it just kind of I knew it was there. I knew our anniversary was happening, but all at the same time, there was so much going on. It just kind of, we're still having fun and it's still memorable. So we didn't do anything to commemorate the anniversary, a dinner, or that's what you do for anniversaries, I guess, go to dinner. But on Wednesday, the 5th, he had brought home some flowers. It was so cute. He's like, I wanted to do something, because we originally planned, we're well, let's do something Wednesday. Let's go out to dinner, somewhere new, have that whole thing. And then come Wednesday, I was like, babe, I just want to stay home. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go out. And we were both on the same page at that, but he still wanted to do something cute. But yeah, this past week has definitely been eventful, happy, exciting, but also exhausting because Aunt Flo decided to make an appearance, and she was pushing me from the front, pushing me from the back with those cramps. Gotta tell you. Oh, and I also think I threw out my back. I don't even know how to describe it, because Wednesday it had felt like somebody punched me, and I was like, is there a bruise back there? Was I leaning on something for too long? And I don't know. It just felt like there was something was just wrong. Thursday I went to work out and I foam rolled because I was like, oh, that's kind of tight. Let me just roll it out real quick before I do my workout. Well, that made it worse. I couldn't turn I could do everything. It just was really painful. And I was like, am I about to literally throw out my back? Hardcore, throw it out, not just have whatever's happening. Anyway, that was rough. So it laid me out. I couldn't turn. I couldn't, what was the other thing? I couldn't turn. Oh, and I couldn't crunch to the side. It's kind of painful still. Anyway, so that was painful. My cramps from the front and from the back were painful, and I was just so tired. I'm waking up. I'm like, okay, I slept good. And then an hour later, I'm like, is it nap time? And I am not a napper. So I just decided to take care of myself this week, which was definitely just kind of be on my butt a little bit more and just prioritize my rest. And that, after 5 minutes of me gabbing away, that's what we're talking about today. So but I hope everybody had a good 4th. We had a great 4th being downtown, watching the Nashville fireworks. It was incredible. I made a cute TikTok video. Go check it out on my TikTok, But after this week, it was great. It was horrible in some ways. I wanted to talk about some self-care practices and why that's important. Guess what? We've been talking about this. It's 2023. It's been a trend for the past couple of years now. Self-care, self-help, prioritizing, those sorts of things that we would otherwise sacrifice, like your sleep, your time with your family, your time with yourself, things like that, to hustle and, exceed your goals and all this stuff. And although that can serve you in sometimes in your life to, hustle a little bit, in reality, it's not sustainable. Sometimes, I got to work a little longer today, but that's just for the day. It's not all week long. And I know some people who just cannot sit still. You know who you are. Talking to you, Christine. She probably doesn't listen. But she's not the only one. She's hilarious. But we're always like, Christine, let's sit down. And she's like, no. She's a type 3, y'all. And I know a lot of type 3s are the same way, that you just got to keep going, work. So what I decided to do, I thought this would be fun, was to do a quick, little list. Well, I guess I still have time. I thought it would take I am talking so fast right now. But I thought it would be really fun to go through the Enneagram types and some self-help practices that y'all can try to implement into your life. But I do want to hear from y'all, because I do love the feedback to see how relevant. I mean, these are just 1 or 2 points. There's a billion things everybody could do to take care of yourself. But I would love to hear from you guys, whether it's to the email, for the podcast email, or in our Facebook group. I'll obviously post a little cute video of my cute little face. But I want to hear from you guys about what your type is, and also the things that you have found helpful for yourself and your type that helps you take care of yourself, de-stress, things like that. So, no further ado, let's dive in. Okay, type 1s. Hey, Anna. I attack you a lot. I'm sorry. I love you, though. I love my type 1s. I love you all, okay? I don't discriminate by type, but no, I'm kidding. For type 1s, a good thing to do is to use a to-do list to keep your thoughts organized, but then put it away, and then just allocate a set amount of time to get things done, and then you rest. You don't always need to be thinking about, the next task. So writing it down, this helps me too. Writing things down just helps get it like out of my brain. And I can just be like, all right, tomorrow morning at 1:00. That doesn't make any sense. Tomorrow morning at 9:00 or whatever. Use that time to do these tasks and just prioritize, time block. I know Christine's really big into that. Lindsay's really big into that. I'm not. And another thing that ones can do is to seek out lighthearted activities. Be playful, be easy on yourself. And I think type 1s can really benefit from their friend, the type 7. So if you know some really fun people who are always trying to get you out to do some fun stuff, take them up on it and go. Go to the happy hour, go to the, go do a kickball league or something. Just have fun and be playful. My brother actually is a type 7. He's married to a type 1. And it's just the funniest little combo because she's so his wife is so militant, needs to be done like this, has to be done this way at this time, blah, 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 Miss Robot. While he is just yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so just seeing their relationship over the years just kind of really evolved where she's so much easier on herself, easier on her schedule. Hey, Walter. And a lot more easygoing. That sounds really mean, but you get it. And my brother, is a little more organized, and he said he gets things done that he says he's going to go do, following through. Walter, oh, hey, baby. No, right now. Say hi. Oh, okay. Yeah. So type 2s, I love my type 2s. I would die for you. So call me if you need somebody. But for type 2s, big thing for you is to do kind things for yourself throughout the day. Speak to yourself with the same love and compassion that you extend to others. I've seen type 2s just be so hard on themselves, but yet what they give to others is just so beautiful and overwhelmingly full of love and compassion. And I'm like, why don't you do that for yourself? So think about how you're doing that for others and then just extend yourself that same kindness. And another thing for type 2s is pretty quintessential self-care. Cook your favorite meals, curl up with your favorite book, actual self-care rituals like taking a bath and doing face masks, a little at-home spa day. I love those, honestly. It's cliche, but I love them. Okay, type 3s. We're coming back to y'all. When it comes to work, that's the big thing. When type 3s need to have more boundaries around work, clock in and out when you're supposed to, avoid checking emails or addressing work stuff when you're outside of, your set business hours. And even if you're an entrepreneur or you're I don't have business hours, you can set them. You can do it. And listen to what your friends and family are telling you. Oh, you're always working. I never see you, blah, blah, blah. Listen to what they're telling you and don't take it as a badge of honor. I've come across people where I'm when do you work? Why are you up at 2 a.m. working? And they take it as a badge of honor. It's no, I don't find that impressive at all. I'm exhausted thinking about it. So instead of being yeah, I'm going to do that because people think it's cool, it sets me apart, gets me attention, whatever it goes on in your brain. Nope. Have boundaries. Take care of yourself. Spend time with your friends because they're missing you. Spend time with your family because they want to be around you. I could go on about that. So type 4s, Walter, oh, my poor baby. He needs all the love today. I'm trying to keep him off. But for type 4s, a good thing for you guys to do is to use a gratitude journal. There's so many out there that give you really good prompts. But a good, Walter, he's so cute. But using a gratitude journal for type 4s is a way to record small joys and positive things that are going on in your day-to-day life. That's a great way to counteract those heavier emotions and to help keep you present in the moment and not in your head or whatever, fantasy you might be daydreaming about. Things like that. And use embodiment for self-care. Embrace those actual physical activities to resist that withdrawal or detachment. Walter, no. So being physically active really helps. Oh, sorry, buddy. God, Walter. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Using literal physical activities to resist withdrawing can really help you stay in your body, in the moment, and with whatever's going on around you. Yeah. All right. So 5s. Love my 5s. I know Zan's a 5. I know a couple. You're not going to come across these guys very much because they're often introverts, and they enjoy their solitude. But a good thing for 5s to do is to find solitude, yes, but also find community. And friendships are a wonderful gift. And set healthy boundaries and resist that consumption mode, as it can be, like, because consumption information can be a coping mechanism. So turn to Walter. Oh, sweetie pie. 5s benefit greatly from meditation and mindfulness practices to help quiet those thoughts. Every type can benefit from some sort of meditation. It just looks different for everybody. So it might sound repetitive that, oh, a 5 needs to meditate, a 2 needs to meditate, but it's different for everybody, and the reasons why you do it there's different motivations behind it, right? And the way you go about it might look different too. So it's not that quintessential, like meditation, which I'm not a fan of, but I get it. All right, type 6. I love my 6s. You know what? I'm just saying that to everybody, just so everyone feels included. So 6s are also in that head world. Can be very anxious. They use their brain a lot. That doesn't make any sense, but if you know the Enneagram, it makes sense. But for type 6s, use a routine or schedule for stability and keep a tidy space. Make your bed, do the dishes. If you're working from home, clean up your little area. And just basically avoid those unnecessary chaos if you have to, or if you can, really. And when you are feeling anxious, this is a big thing for 6s, is anxiety. So when you are feeling anxious, name your fears. Literally speak them out loud or write them down. And you can use, again, meditation or breathing. I think there's breathing apps. Oh, Casey has a couple of YouTube videos with breathing exercises that are really great, that can help cultivate silence in your world and can help you kind of clean out that brain. Type 7s are also in that headspace. Always thinking one step ahead versus what is actually going on, like go, 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 people. If you read a little bit about a 7, you'll know one from, like, they're so easy to point out in a crowd because they're so much fun. They're generally extroverts or introvert extroverts types. And they're often always on some sort of adventure. But for type 7s, resist that urge to plan a new venture when your current circumstances feel challenging. So secure yourself to the now and the present moment of what's going on, and think about how you use activities, travel, things like that to avoid something that might be difficult for you to face, difficult emotions, difficult circumstances, things like that. And again, same thing with 7s is practice speaking aloud your harder feelings. Be honest. Walter, my baby, he just wants to love. I don't know. I would keep him up here, but he just gets in the way and doesn't, like Jasmine, just plops right down, curls right up, but he just doesn't know how to do that yet. So my poor angel. What was I saying? Okay. Yes, so same thing with 7s is practice speaking aloud those harder feelings and be honest with yourself when you're feeling down or scared, angry. Sometimes the glass feels half empty, and you know what? That's okay. So just practice acknowledging those harder feelings, even if it's as simple as I'm angry, I'm frustrated, it's all you got to do, and it gets easier. All right. Hey, type 8, let's go. That's us. Let's go. We're perfect. Let's move on. I'm just kidding. Boy, I should not have said that. Just kidding. So type 8s, as you know who you are. Hey, so type 8s like to take action, and usually and sometimes, Walter, my angel. Okay, just sit down. Oh, sweetie. Okay, let's just try to make this work. Okay. So sometimes when type 8s have the urge to take action, sometimes that's the cue to meditate. Breathing exercises or, even just like actual exercising can help process anger and frustration. That's a huge thing for 8s who are still developing. We're all developing. Let's just put that into the world. We're all developing, but all right, let's... Okay. This is great. This is such a great episode, Walter. Anyway. So for developing 8s, you probably still have a problem with your anger. And usually 8s are the ones who actually express anger rather than the 9s or 1s who either pretend it's not there or just stuff it down. So if you feel that, like, it's okay to be angry for one, that's usually the first, it depends on how you want to put it, the first emotion that you feel, and then the real one is the one that is laying under that. So generally just stop. 8s are workaholics as well, but also good with boundaries. So for 8s, learn to just like stop and feel your anger, let it pass, because it's honestly just a wave. And using physical activity, like I said, especially when you're feeling antsy, go for a run, bike ride, lift those weights, do whatever Coach Lindsay or Nicole tells you to do. But do something fun, though, too. Get that blood pumping to get out of your head and back into your body. That's why you see a lot of 8s in the fitness industry, because it's honestly therapy, and I get it. All right, type 9s. Type 9s are the crown of the Enneagram, and they embody so many of, we all embody a lot, all the qualities of every type, but the 9s most represent that. So they often can be wallflowers, and they have a lot to process in their heads. So practice advocating for your wants and needs. Nurture your self-esteem and voice your opinions when you're around others, and just resist going with the flow, right? Let others take care of you. So if it's easier to go with the flow, but you actually want to do something else, like, say it. You might be surprised with how other people would go with that flow, a different flow, right? So that is kind of all your little Enneagram types, guys. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to the enneagraminstitute.com to read more about the types. You can do the test on our website. There should be a little link there. If it's not, let me know. I guess I'll have to find out myself. But again, like I said, send me a little message. Comment on the Facebook post when you see it about your types. I really want to know what you guys think about these little self-care practices. You can email me at the ffppod@gmail.com, not only with this stuff, but with any kind of coaching questions, thoughts, feelings, advice, all that stuff. So I am probably running out of time here. Walter, you guys can still see him. You made a little queensicle. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. I look forward to hearing from you, and y'all have a great rest of the week. Goodbye. Thanks for listening to the FFP Alignment Podcast. Please support us by downloading, rating, and recommending us to your friends and family. Be sure to check us out on Instagram at the FitFem Project. That's FITFEMME Project. And for those of you looking to find their essential balance of lifestyle and fitness, book a free consult by going to thefitfemproject.com. That's FITFEMME Project.com and click Apply Now. Until next time, this is the FitFem Project Alignment Podcast.